Okay, I think we are live. There it goes. I'm going to give it we're a few minutes early. I'm going to give some time for people to jump on. And let me see if I can find my Facebook chat. Let's see. Okay. Maybe it's taking a minute to come up in Facebook. We're going to give it a second here. There it is. Just took a sec. Hi, Samantha. Samantha's watching. We're waiting for a few more people to pop on. Hi, Louise. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Shirley. I think my chat might be fixed and tell me who's chatting in Facebook, finally. We'll find out soon. If anybody's watching from Facebook, if you want to send a message so I can test it out, that would be great. All right. Make sure that our sound is working good and we'll get underway. Hey, Lindsay. Lindsay is watching. Hey, Meta. Yeah, it's super cute. I love it. It's a lot of fun, too. I'm going to pop over here in a minute and show you guys a couple things. There we go. Okay, thank you, Louise. I messaged her to make sure we had sound, and we do. Good, good, good. And Sue. All right, so let's play the intro, guys, and we'll go ahead and get started. So here is our calendar for the month. This is the 10th, and we are doing the Easter basket pop-up card tonight. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock live, we're doing our Freebie Friday design. That's where we go and we design a project, any type project. It could be iron-on, it could be a card, it could be vinyl, but we use some of the featured images for the week that they put out on, I believe, Fridays. So we're going to go in and take a look at what's coming up this week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hi, Marianne. Okay, thank you for that, Tanya. So make sure that you're joining us on Thursdays and Fridays, because you can ask at any time during any live any of your design space questions, and we will be happy to answer those and cover them for you. Yes, it is, Sue. It's a really cute project. I believe Marianne did one last week, and I had one planned as well. So, and we've got another one of these slice form cards, I believe, for the 31st. Don't quote me on that. But if you look at the upcoming lives on YouTube, you will see the things that we have coming up. Saturday we have at 11 a.m. we have a Zoom. If you're not a Zoomer, you can join over on patreon.com, and there's a little place there for you to join here in the description of the video, or if you need a link, just let us know. We will be happy to get that for you. Hey, Busy Mare. I figured that was you. Okay, so that is the calendar. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of the giveaway. We're giving away an Explore 3 and a Bright 360 tabletop. So if you want one of those items, guys, make sure you shake those Cricut shamrocks. Post your hashtag Explore 360 with your project, either on the giveaway post or a freestanding post, doesn't matter. And then you go over to craftingwithapril.co on the Cricut giveaway tab, and you enter on Rafflecopter. You must do those two things to be fully entered. Hey, Paula. So make sure that you're getting in on these giveaways, guys. These are sponsored by Cricut, and we thank Cricut for those. We greatly, greatly appreciate them allowing us to do that. Okay, let's pop over. Let me pop over to the overhead. Well, actually, yeah, let me get over to the overhead. If I can find it here. I lost my camera. There we go. So we're doing what they call pop-up cards, but these are slice form pop-up cards. Hey, Joyce. And this is one that I did a recorded tutorial on, because recorded tutorials go a little bit quicker than they do when we stop and answer questions, which we love to do on our lives. So I did a recorded for this card, but they're basically the same card. They've just got a few different elements, and we're going to show you how to put the Easter basket one together, because it's just slightly different. But you can see it's got the cutout on the front. Now, I didn't add anything to this one. I just did a basic tutorial, but we're going to cover how you can customize these. And then when you open it up, it pops up on the inside of the card. How cute, right? So let's pop over to Designspace and take a look at the one we're going to do and how you can customize yours. And that would be right here in Designspace. Hey, Debbie. So in Designspace, this is a Make It Now project. So you guys can come in, and all I did basically, you can save it. There are many things that you can do, but I just came in here and I typed in Easter basket. Okay, and it's going to pull up my Make It Now projects, anything that says Easter in it and everything. But it's right here. And you can see I saved it. I could go to my saved and everything and go in there. You can click on that. And when you click on it, it's going to tell you everything about the card. And if you scroll down, it will tell you what you need, what materials you need, anything else that you might need. Your scoring wheel or the scoring stylus. fine point pens in black or whatever color you want to use. This one called for moccasin, but I use black simply because I forgot to change out my pen. Okay, so that's the only difference in mine, but the moccasin would look a lot better. It's a brown colored pen, but I just forgot to change my pen and left the black one in, and it was too late. So I just left it for mine. And then anything else that you might need, adhesive. They're calling for a hot glue gun and glue sticks. I personally wouldn't use that myself on paper. That's kind of like taking a sledgehammer to it. We don't need that much adhesive. So I'm going to be using art glitter glue. Use your favorite wet glue, or you could even probably get away with a tape runner on this. Okay. But if you scroll down, if you ever get stuck and you can't find a video on a card, guys, if you scroll down and you hover over these, you may have to click on them or just hover over. It should work. It will pull up everything so that you can see this close up. Okay, and it's going to walk you through step by step what to do. So it's super fun and easy, and sometimes these are clear and sometimes they aren't, because on the other one it didn't tell me how to put the handle on. It wasn't there, so I did it the way that I liked, and it worked out fine. But you just need to be aware of these things that can pop up in there that aren't there. If you see one that's like that, let me know so that I can let Cricut know that they skipped a step and they can go in and they can correct it. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and click Customized. Okay? You have to be an Access subscriber, or you may have to purchase if you're not an Access subscriber for this. Okay? And once it pulls it in, now I have a lot of stuff running, guys, because I've got cameras and everything else and everything. I got wires everywhere. So if DesignSpace is a little slow, it's not DesignSpace, it's me. So here everything is, and you've got everything that you need. It's laid out and it's grouped. So the first thing you want to do if you're going to customize is ungroup. I'm going to say I would not change the size of this unless everything is grouped, and you really don't want to go much smaller than what it is because there's some intricate cuts on the Easter eggs and things like that, and it may just chew them up if you go any smaller. So just be aware of that if you're wanting to go smaller. If you want to go bigger and make it a larger card, then I don't see a problem with it as long as it fits within the 11.5-inch width, etc. So there are a couple of things you can do to customize this card. I'm just using plain cardstock on mine, just so that I can show you guys how to put it together. But you can, yeah, I put my handle on last on the other one as well, Marianne, because if you're not, you're going to bend it. I'm just going to say you will bend it. And it does show you in the middle. So, but we're going to wait to the end to put ours on, just like Marianne said, because she has done this. So what I did to customize mine, because if you look, you can click on the title at any time and bring up your directions. They glued the pink part of the bunny to the back of it and then put it on there, but I wanted a cleaner look on mine so that it would look pretty from any side of the card. So in order to do that, I had to do some customizing. So the first thing that I did, you can see that that is back there. You want to make sure that that's aligned well. And I don't care if it's got a slight pink edge. Doesn't bother me, but if that bothers you, you might want to create another offset. But you want to come in here. This is all detached or ungrouped. You want to click on the bunny. And if you look here, the pin is attached. In order to do what I'm doing, you have to detach that pin. Or, unless they fixed it, your print then cut will cut off to the side, something like that. If you try to flatten a pin, it will not work. It'll spit your mat back out. It does just all sorts of weird stuff. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining us. So what you want to do is, now that you have it detached, I'm not moving anything, and I'm just going to select the top of the bunny ears here because it's going to pick up that pink behind it. And you can see here in the layers panel, I've picked both of those up, and I am going to flatten. Oops, my pink disappeared. There it goes. It was just slow. All right, so now the pen has kind of disappeared, right? I'm going to change my canvas so you guys can see the bunny now that I've flattened it. So let me change the color of the canvas so we can see him. There he is. So I'm going to select him. Well, I haven't moved anything, and I'm going to arrange and send that to the back. And now my pen marks are back. I'm going to select it all, and then I'm going to attach that pen back to it. Okay? Now I went a step further. You don't have to do this, guys. You can cut it just like it comes into Designspace. If you don't want to customize anything, you don't have to. But I duplicated mine so that I could have a pretty side. But what's going to happen? That's just going to be white on the other side. You know, it's not going to line up unless I come in here and I flip that horizontally. That way when I flip him over on after he's print and cut, I'll have two sides and the bunny will look the same on both sides. Okay? Instead of having that big pink blob at the back. Because I just wasn't too keen on that. Now if you've got any pink showing here on the edge, it will be fine. You can see I've got a little bit of pink on mine, but it doesn't show bad. So if that bothers you, you might want to make the ears just a teeny tiny bit smaller, or either create a new white offset. So that is one thing you can do to customize. Another thing that you can do to customize is you can change the color of the Easter eggs. If you want to do purple, blue, and yellow, or purple, blue, and pink, you can do that. All you're going to do is select your color and then come in here and make this blue. Okay, but you'll want to make sure that you change the counterpart to that blue as well. Okay, so you'll want to make sure that, because this one has the slit at the bottom, these three, this one has slit at the top. So you need one that's slit at the top, one slit at the bottom, if you're going to change your colors. Okay, but you can most certainly do that. If you want to mix and match up the greenery in here and do lighter or darker green, you could do that too. I don't know if it would be as pretty, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. So if you want to do some light green, some dark green, you can do that. Now this is set up that green egg is the same as the teal base here. So if you want to change all of that, you could just simply just drag from the color sync and change all of that to match up. Another thing that you can do, other than changing the colors, you can cut this out of glitter. But if you didn't want to cut this out of glitter paper, this goes to the inside of the card. If you wanted to cut this out of like white glitter cardstock or a foil cardstock, simply just change that color to whatever color you're going to be cutting it out of, or just make it a lighter, I want to say a lighter white, but just maybe give it just a slight tint of pink or something in there, so that you know that it doesn't go to the same mat. Because if you don't change the color, it's going to go to the same mat as your white card base. Okay, so if you want to have this cut out of glitter paper and you don't want it to go to the same mat, because if I hit make it, you can watch this other half is going to go to the same mat as this one. And I'm on a maker 3, so I'm just going to select what kind of mat. But you can see this one came to a different mat, where this one stayed on this mat. And you can always come over here and move it from here as well and take it over to the mat you want it to cut from. So that is another customization that you can do. I'm just going to cancel that and come back. Another thing, if you want to, now the inside of the card, this is your inside of the card. So you need to, if you're going to do any writing, you'll need to align this piece up. So you're going to align it to the left and align it center vertically. And so now that tells you where your writing area is on this blue piece. So if you want to add Happy Easter or any kind of sentiment in here, that is your area to do that in, right here. Okay? Another thing that you can do to customize, this is the front of your card. This blue piece will be glued to the inside. Oops, I didn't mean to move that. I'm going to send that to the back. So you're going to see that blue or whatever color panel that you cut there. That's why you wouldn't want to do this out of, say, a foil poster board. While it would be gorgeous inside, the back of your foil poster board is white, and then all of this would just disappear. It would just be white, okay? So make sure that you're aware of that. If you want to change those pieces to something pretty, you need that solid color or a double-sided paper for it to color your Easter egg on the other side. So if you're customizing, just be sure. Yes, these cards can be done on the Cricut Maker or the Explorers. It can, Tanya. Not a problem. So what else can we do to dress up this card? One of the things you can do is you can duplicate your card base. And I'm just going to detach those score lines. We don't need it. I'm just going to get rid of that. And I am going to contour. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to contour out this top square and come back. And now I'm left with this piece. But I am going to change that because I don't want all those little cut pieces and trying to transfer those over to my envelope. Okay, if I wanted to dress up my envelope with that, I'm going to change that to a pen or to foil. You could foil that Easter egg outline to make it on your envelope so that it matches your card. So you can use a pen, or you can come in here and do foil, do it maybe on a medium. Let's say we wanted to do it in the fuchsia pink, whatever color you wanted to do it, or purple. You could come in there and do that. But you will need to come in and select the two and attach so that your machine knows what to do. It knows to foil it and to cut it that way. So you can dress up that envelope. You can put your writing on there, to and from, or address, anything that you want to put on that envelope. Yes, it would be gorgeous, Carla, if you went in and you did the foiling tool on this. This would be a gorgeous card. You could even foil Happy Easter or something on the front here. That's the last customization thing that I have for you guys today, is you can foil a sentiment on the front of the card, because this is the front of your card, where the back that we can't see is the inside. So we'll put that there. Or you can come over here and you can get an image, especially if you did a print and cut for the bunny. You can come in here and type in Happy Easter. You could also, got a W in there. You could go in there to your phrases over here and find something, but anything would be super cute. Maybe you just want part of this, so I'm going to select that one. Or this one here would be cute too. But there are many things that you can do. I'm just going to grab those two. I'm going to add those to canvas, because you can pick anything and you can flatten it for print and cut, create an offset for it, tons of things that you can do. This would be pretty maybe on the inside flap of the card, where you could make it smaller. Do it on the inside. And this was not a draw. I meant to change that to draw. There is one in there that is a draw for this, guys. This one's not going to draw right, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to hide the Easter, and I'm going to hide the happy. Select the one that's draw that's in there. You can do lots of things with this, but you could foil this right here. I would do the single line one, of course, but you can go in there and pick something that will match. How about silver? That would be cute. Just to give it some bling. Lots of things you can do with that. You can unlock it and even give it a more oval shape. And make sure that you're attaching that to the front if you're going to be adding something like that. If I were going to do that, I would type in my text. Oops. Let me try that again. And then change that maybe to a writing font. And once we have that, then we can go and change that to foil and pick our color for that. Size it down. And then you have dressed up the front of your card. Again, you'll want to line all of this up, and then you'll want to select it without getting your blue piece back there and attach it to the card. Does anybody have any questions on how you can customize these cards? Because even though it's a Make It Now project, you can go in there and you can make it your own. That way yours is different from anybody else's. You could do a print and cut that has an offset on it and pop dot it up here on the front. That would be cute. Or you can foil or use a pen. Just tons of things. Use your imagination. All right, let's go overhead and make this. And if anybody has any questions or something you think of, or you have an idea for customizing, pop it out there. Share what you are thinking about doing. All right, super easy and simple. We're going to start with the envelope. And you're just going to fold on all of your score lines. Two flaps there, one on the bottom. And then you have the flap here. You could even do an offset and glue in an offset right here. Do an offset for that. All right, so once you have, just going to use a tape runner, I believe, for this, just for quick and easy. And I'm just going to run a little bit of tape runner on the, don't want to get it in there. You don't want to glue it to the inside, that's for sure. You can always put a scrap piece of paper here, run your tape runner, so that doesn't happen. I'm just going to stick those down, and then I'm just going to run some along the bottom, and we're going to fold that up. Super easy and simple. Okay. Next, I'm going to bring my card base over. I don't like to do what I did last time and try to put it in there upside down either. So we're just going to fold that. We're going to set that to the side. We're going to grab these pieces that go to the inside, and we're going to set those to the side. Don't glue anything in yet. And then these pieces as well. All of those go inside. All right. And in the instructions, as they tell you, you've got your eggs with the slits to the top. And here's my two bunnies. I did as print and cut. If you didn't do print and cut, then you can just glue your pink onto the back of that. But I am going to be gluing mine together. That's why I flipped them, so that he's pretty on both sides. I'm going to put this handle in there too and get rid of that for right now. Out of the way. So what they want you to do is you have, I think the pink went on the short one and the yellow went on the tall. But I mean, that's totally up to you guys. I'm just going to pop my instructions up by clicking the title just so I can see. Because I want to put mine together like it's together in there for you guys to make it easy. And yes, they did. They put the pink one on the short. So you're just going to use a little bit of glue. And we're just going to put a little bit right here. Art glitter glue dries clear and matte, so it's not a big deal. But I've got that slit on the top. Again, I said there's one that has a top, one that has a bottom. You want to make sure you've got the one at the top. And then we're going to put a little bit of glue on this one. And that's where the yellow one is going to go. Place that one on. Just sitting these over to the side to dry. Then you have a piece like this that has a really short one and then a place for your bunny's feet. Okay? And you're going to glue one with your bunny feet. This is the line for that. I'm just going to bring that in close. This is where he goes. Right here. And then your blue egg is going to go here, but he's going to be holding it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there and on his little feet. And I'm just going to line him up right there on that piece. Okay? Then I'm going to flip it over. And this is where I'm putting my other bunny. I'm just going to put some glue so that I can glue him together. That way mine is pretty from all sides. Otherwise, you're going to be putting your pink part on there, okay, if you didn't do a print and cut. Super easy. So now we're going to take our mint colored egg and it tucks right in to his hands right there. You're just going to bring that up. Make sure you guys can see that. And tuck it right there. And we're just going to glue it underneath. So it looks like he's holding it. Okay? Thank you, Marianne, for putting the link up there. I forgot to put it in the description, guys. I apologize for that. But you can search it out in Designspace as well. Alright, so we have those 3 pieces. Next, you have 2 pieces like this. And you've got a score line on there. You're going to fold it on that score. I'm just going to burnish it a little bit. And the same with the other one. And then on the ends, these are scored. So you're going to fold these tabs up. Just bring it in there on both of those. And then you're going to fold these tabs up. So mountain in the middle, mountain fold, valley folds on the rest. Okay, just like this. Same on both. This one's a little different. You have the slits beside it, but it does the same thing. All right. Then you're going to take those 2 pieces, and you can see that it has the slit at the bottom, and you're going to go over the top of that one that has the slit at the top. Just going to bring those together. And then you're going to do it on the other side as well. I need a little more light in here, guys. Hope it's not blinding anybody. There we go. So now you have like a square box here. Next you have, if I can grab it. That one's not it. I think this one is it. Let me look at my instruction. I forgot which one goes first. Let's see. The ones with the leaves. So that's these 2. Alright, so we're going to take this one that has the 2 slits at the bottom. And we're going to, I believe they put this at the front of theirs. Right down the center. Right, just like that. This dark green appears to be a little bit hard to see on that black. So, is that helping, guys? So I just slid it right down over the top there. No, this goes to the center. I did that wrong. It goes to the center. Because what you're doing is basically you're dividing the square in half. And then you're going to take this one and you're going to divide it in half again, creating 4 squares in the center. Okay? And it's just going down over that center slot and down here. So that's the way it should look at this point. Hard to see in there. There you go. How's that? That's the way it should look. Okay? Then, I think we go with the pink one next. And we're just going to slide it down over that one. And I think the green one goes here. Or is it the bunny? Okay. I'm just double checking to make sure I'm putting that in the right spot. The pink egg on the right, I did that. Okay. And the grass piece. So that's what it's telling me. So I've got that grass piece. I had it right. Second guessed myself. So then you've got 8 squares in there. Okay. Then you're going to take the yellow one, I believe, next. And then the bunny. So the yellow one goes across all of them. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slits, and you've got to go across all 5 inside. And I'm getting stuck. The little leg of it. There we go. So it's just going to slide right down in there. If you're having a problem getting it in there, it's just not quite centered up on one side or the other. And then the bunny piece. Okay. So now it should look like this. So we're just keep dividing the box up. Okay. Next, you're going to take your eggs and you're going to slide those down over their correct colors. That's why they have the slit in the top. Oops. It got stuck. There we go. And now we have the yellow one. So super easy and simple. Another thing is if your card at any time is not folding flat by itself easily, something's not right. Okay? You did yours out of order the first time. The good thing about this, though, Marianne, is because you're not gluing these, if you get it wrong, just pull them out and put the other piece in there. But like, don't try to force it. If it doesn't fold flat easily, something's not right. Okay? So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. So we're just going to set that off to the side. And now we're going to fold on all the scores of the basket. Oops, I got a little hanger on there in the basket. There we go. So you're going to fold all of those scores on the basket, and then the 2 tabs you're going to fold up. So everything is mountain, 2 valleys, okay? And now we're just going to put some adhesive on the tab, and we're going to glue our basket together. Make sure that the top and the bottom are even right here. All right. How easy is this? And I find myself that it's easier to fold this flat, but I mean, you may want to work it another way, and then fold this flat and stick it in. You're just going to get those tabs tucked under, and then I can just rotate it. Well, it worked yesterday when I did it. Let's see. There we go. Got to get my tabs on the right side of that, and then just kind of open it up. I lost an Easter egg. This one's tighter than the other one was too. I guess it's all that grass that's in there. How cute. Okay, so now that it's folded flat, your tabs should match up. Your green tabs from your grass to the green tabs, to the brown tabs of your basket. They should line up. Okay. Then you're going to get your circular pieces, and we're just going to tuck the two tabs inside. The green, and my basket wants to slide off there. We're going to tuck those in. Just pull them through this side. All right. Once you have that pulled through on this side, that's where your adhesive is going to go. So I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the brown basket part, and I'm going to fold that up and give that a second to grab. Then I'm going to do the green ones. Just going to fold those in. And I just do mine one at a time because I don't want it to get too wet with the wet glue. Okay. Then you're going to just repeat the same thing on the other side. Just going to stick from the top of your circular piece. You want your circles in there like that. I dropped a blue Easter egg. It might be easier to put your second part of your Easter egg on after you finish these steps. So I'm just going to leave that. Oops, one of my green tabs didn't make it. And if that happens to you, just come to the inside and push them through. Just going to grab it with my finger and stick those in. Get in there. He's stuck. He's getting caught on the edge and didn't want to follow suit in there. There we go. They will go in there. I was just getting hung on the sides. So then I'm just going to glue those two green tabs just like I did on the other. Just going to glue those in. So now when we place that in the card, I bent that one. I bent it. It'll open up. So there are a couple of ways to do this, and personally I like to just lay it flat and make sure that I've got my card going the right way. I'm just going to fold that over, And I'm just going to put some glue, and very little because this got cutouts. You don't want the glue to seep through and get on your basket, okay? But you do want to get that edge. That's my textured side. My textured side. And I'm just going to try to line this up the best I can all the way up to the edge and centered as possible. You want that edge to be right there. You want it a nice edge on that, okay? I'm just going to stick that down. I found this to be easier in my practices. I didn't do it in my tutorial video recorded, and then I thought, why didn't I do it that way? It would have been so much easier, and I could have made sure that everything was centered like it was supposed to be. Okay. So we're going to do the other side now. Just going to hold that flat, and we're just going to go on the circular part. Try not to get any, don't get heavy-handed like I try to do sometimes, and get it squishing through to your basket. Make sure I got it all lined up. We're just going to bring those in. And then after I get it on there, then I can open it up and press it down. How cute. And now we're ready to put it inside. I'm going to do my handle last. We're going to put it inside the card. So we're going to open up that card base. Actually, I'm just going to fold it flat. And you can use wet glue or tape runner, whatever you want to use here. And I'm just going to use my tape runner. I'm going to line that up. I'm only doing one side at a time here. And then we're going to do the other side. I don't want to glue my edge to the other one. And now I'm just going to open that side up, and we're going to line those up. Press it down. Now I'm going to put my Easter eggs back on. Now that we're through handling it and flipping it upside down and all of that good stuff. Get in there. There we go. So now those are on, and now we're going to do the handle. And we're going to, if I can get it to grab, there we go. Now that's perfect. And you want to give that a second to dry before you close it if you're using wet glue on that handle, because you don't want to glue your mechanism. How stinking cute is that? You lost us, Debbie? The replay will be available. So does anybody have any questions on how these go together? It was buffering. Okay, all you want to do is, I put a little bit of wet glue, Mare. I put a little bit of wet glue on each end of it, and then it tucks down into the very center one, on the back of the leafy center one, right here. And you'll want to make sure before, you don't want to let that wet glue seep, but you want to make sure it's not hanging out the other side of your card. Okay? I apologize if it's blipping, guys. It's probably on our end. I'm in Daytona and it's bike week. And internet has gone nuts. There's supposed to be over 400,000 people on this city over the next 8 days. Yeah, it's probably internet hiccup. Is probably what happened. So if that's all you guys missed, I just put 2 dots of glue on the handle and then slid it down behind that center leafy piece around your pink egg there. And then don't push it down, because if your wet glue seeps, you'll glue your mechanism together on the inside. But just make sure your handle's not hanging out, and then open it back up. Give it time to dry down in there before you close the card again. And it should fit into your envelope without any problem. And then you can use your tape runner. I like to use dots if I'm going to use a tape runner on the inside, because my dots aren't working. They're not rolling out. It's empty. I got to change it. It's empty. Maybe the vellum one won't be too tacky, but you can just do a little tack, or you can use a piece of Velcro closure, the little Velcro dots. You could do those, or magnets for your envelope. But this is a vellum tape runner. It doesn't show through on vellum really well, and that's why we use it. But it's not a high tack, so you can use it on envelope sealing too. I get those off of Amazon. They're called glue tapes. I don't even know that. I have all of them. Glue tape plus glue tapes is what they call them. Like this. They have a pink one, a green one, and a blue one. Your blue one is just your regular, and your pink one is dots, and your green one is for vellum. Washi tape is good too. You can do a washi tape, like a little flower washi tape would be cute on there too. Super fun and easy. Does anybody have any design space questions? Anything you need help with a project on anything? Doesn't matter, iron on vinyl. You guys know you can ask your questions anytime on any design space stuff, and we're here to help you. I'm just catching up on the chat here. Guys, please give a like on the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. My admin, couldn't do any of this without you. My channel supporters on YouTube, and of course my Ko-fi supporters as well. You guys are awesome. The party pop-up dragon card, let's take a look at it. And so I know so I will know what we're talking about. Let's see, let me close out here. And I'm not going to save this, but you guys understand how to customize. Let's go to new. And it's called 3D Party Pop-Up Dragon. Don't know that I've seen it. I probably have. Just don't. Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah, it's going to go together basically the same way. Tanya, same way. You're taking those first two pieces. Let's just scroll down there. You're taking, well, he may be a little different. Yeah, you're creating 4 corners with these 2 pieces. And then you're sliding on these other pieces and the side pieces. We can set it up to do that one on another live if you want. It's not a problem. I plan to do this one. You guys tell me, because I do this for you. I don't do it for me, I do it for you. I have planned the present pop-up card on, I believe, the 31st. But we can change it to the dragon if you guys want to. You let me know. You made the dragon, Shirley? Can I go over the outline? Sure. Do you mean offset, Stacy? Okay, as it stands, I will change out the pop-up present card for the dragon card, because the present is going to be a little simpler than one we did tonight. And this one is built differently, because instead of building the box, we're building legs. So I'll swap that out for you, Tanya, if you want to. The only thing that'll change is the screen. All right, Stacy wants to know about the outline. Explain the outline. I'm assuming that you mean offset. If that's what you mean, if it's not, let me know. Oh, we missed it. Was it in there, Lou? Let's go back just for a second. Okay, I sure will, Stacy. Let's see. Where was yours, Lou? This one? I missed it. I think she means this one, the chocolate one. All right, so we're going to go to the canvas. In offset, okay, what offset does, it can do several things, Stacy. You can select text, or you can select images. Let's go into featured. Let's say this one here. So we can go in and we can add that kind of stuff to our canvas. if it doesn't have it, and this one doesn't, you see that this one has a lot, it has the yellow and the pink, but what if you wanted that to be solid to make like a sticker out of it? The super easy thing, and I'm going to change this canvas so that we can see here when we get in here and start changing some colors. Well, I said I was. So it's going to change for me. There we go. So you can see that this has nothing behind it, and the happy birthday has nothing behind it. And you can change your font. Doesn't matter. You can use your system fonts. You can use a Cricut font. Let me just go because this one is my go-to. It's just easier for me. And I'm going to change that to lowercase. And I'm even going to do 2 lines. Let's center those and line space it. So let's say that we've got everything laid out like we want it. Oh, let's do this the easy way. Let me advanced, ungroup to lines, and weld. Because somebody had this question in the group tonight too. Where did that go? I froze. Dun dun dun. My internet froze. Give me just a second here. Let me force a reload. Okay, nothing's happening. Let's just open it up again. Sorry about that, Stacy. We'll get there. All right. Let's go back and let's grab that again. I have a lot of stuff running. Let me see if I can close anything to help. There we go, finally. And we're just going to pretend that I changed that font. Okay, so when you're doing an offset, because this doesn't have anything, you're going to come in and it's going to default to that offset, because if you see grid behind it, it's going to cut out, okay? And sometimes we want to make a sticker, we don't want that to be in all different pieces. So in order to do that, we create the offset, and it's defaulted at 1/4 inch, and we're just going to hit apply on this one. I'm not going to change the size, and I'm going to change that to white. The default is black, but you can change it. White doesn't print a color. So if we were doing a sticker, we would want to do that on white, and usually, unless you want a colored border, and then you're just going to make it whatever color you want, and then you're going to flatten it. And when you flatten it and you have a white canvas, you're not going to be able to see it. So I'm going to do a gray. Okay, so that is one way. Another way that you can do it is if you have text, you're going to do your offset. And let's say that you wanted this one to be just a little bit smaller, say maybe 1/8 of an inch. And you can see that that leaves a lot of holes in there. If that's what you're looking for, that's great. You can do it that way. But let's say I wanted it to be, I don't know, 1.875. And that looks pretty good to me. I kind of like that. And I say, okay, and I apply that one. Then I have that. Let's make it pink. And let's make the text black. But when I do that, I don't want these holes in there. I like it the way that it is, but I don't want those holes. I need to come down here to contour, and then I can hide those contours by clicking on them or clicking hide all contours, and then it's going to fill that in. Another thing that offset will do is you can see that the default is rounded. If I want that more squared because my text is squared, I can change that and apply it that way. So I have the same thing. I would want to go in and maybe hide some of those contours, maybe not all of them, but some of them, like that little bitty one, and leave the others in. So you can do that as well. The other thing that you can do on the offset is when you come down here, Weld Offsets. Let's say I wanted to keep it at the rounded. It is going to default to whatever size you used last. And let's just say that I wanted that, but I don't want it all welded together. I'm going to unmark Weld Offsets, and is it going to let me apply? Cancel it. There it goes. It did it, but it was just slow. And it shouldn't be blue lines either. Let me go. I'm having a weird bogged down internet thing going on here. So go to offset, don't weld it, keep it rounded, and make it that size. Wait for my apply button to come up. I can see that it's scrolling up here. Then apply. I'm lagging, I'm sorry. And then when you have it this way, then you have individual letters. So if you want to do individual letters for them, you can do that. Okay. Personally, I would ungroup these first so that they were ungrouped. And you can see that I ungrouped them here. And then make my offset if I'm going to do individual letters. And then apply. Oops. I don't know if it will do it that way. I haven't tried to do it that way yet. If it's going to pick it up. Yeah. So then I can apply. I thought I had tried to do this once, but I didn't remember doing it. And once you apply it, then everything is, you can change your colors or whatever and select them. And then you can flatten them one at a time if you're going to do print and cut on them. Or if you're just going to do 2 different colors of cardstock and layer them, you can do it that way. So offset is a wonderful tool, especially if you are a sticker maker. Because like this right here, you couldn't use this as a sticker without flattening it to something. And without that being in there, it just came in with no backer on it, then you get to add that backer to it. And you can do it with your uploaded images as well. So you can, if you have an uploaded image and it has no shadow layer or offset layer, then you can add your own. And you can make it the size you want. Did that answer the questions on that, Stacy? If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask, guys. We do not rush on Thursdays. If it takes 2 hours or an hour or 45 minutes, it doesn't matter. We are here to make sure that you guys get your project questions. We do a little project and make sure that everything is answered for you guys. And Marianne said it was her project. The Shamrock card popped up in there. I think it changes, and it changed on me. Because I didn't see it the second time. I saw it in the group. I'm going to scroll down and see if it's in there. I don't see it. Well, let's go back. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Here, let's see. Let's see if she's in the trending. Well, it'll still be recorded, though. That's the good thing. It'll be recorded. Yeah, we can go into the community and do that too. Let's see. We can do this too. Ta-da! Now you're famous again. We just pull all your projects up. Oh, there I am. When I was searching for the dragon card. There it is. Yay. So if you guys need a St. Patty's Day card, go in there and get that. If you search St. Patrick pop-up card, it'll pop up for you. Yeah, Shirley's nickname is Swirly, Mayor. We call her Swirly. Yeah, I know. She has a ton more. It doesn't pull all mine up either, Marianne, when I do mine either. So anybody looking for that St. Patty's Day card, it's there. All right, so we're going to change the present pop-up card tutorial to the party dragon pop-up card. And if you guys see anything else that you want us to do, just let us know. Okay? Because we do this for you guys. All right, thanks for joining me, everybody. I've had fun.